Good morning. I am going today to show you how to make a recipe that's called Jessica Seinfeld's brownies. They're a pretty healthy recipe and they're very easy to do, and they have some hidden nutrients in them. She did them because she had children, and she and her husband Jerry Seinfeld wanted to have their kids eat in a healthy way, but kids, like so many, didn't like vegetables. So this is a way that she added vegetables into her diet. So I am going to be using a food processor. You don't have to use one of these. I just wanted to use this opportunity to show you that food processors have a magnet here, and then there's one on the bottom here. You need to make sure those get lined up well. Then you put the blade in, make sure it is nice and snug down in the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is I right now am going to puree some vegetables and make them nice and smooth. So I'm going to be adding spinach, which once I get it pureed, I expect it'll be about a half a cup. It looks like a ton here because spinach tends to cut way back down once it's done. And I'm also putting some carrots that I have steamed and cooked. So I'm going to stick those in, and then I'm going to go ahead and start my food processor. Snap it into place. Oops, sorry, get it backwards. Snap it into place, and away it's going to go. I'll be back in a second. Once your vegetables are all pureed and they've all come together, so basically they just look like mush, which is perfect. If you don't have a food processor, it's not a problem. You can either smash them, or you can even use baby food, or you can use a blender. You can do all those kinds of things too. I'm going to add a half a cup of melted chocolate chips. You can use any kind of dark chocolate you want. Chocolate is very good in antioxidants, just like spinach is high in iron and carrots are high in vitamin A. Everything I'm adding in here is there for a reason and has a strong nutritional value. So like I said, I'm putting my chocolate in. Milk chocolate does not have the same nutrients as the other as darker chocolate, so try to use darker chocolate whenever you can. I'm going to add 2 eggs. You can just use egg whites if you'd like, but I'm going to go ahead and use 2 whole eggs. Eggs are strong, we've talked about this already, are strong in protein. You can always substitute other things if you would like flaxseed, bananas, applesauce if you want to take out the egg, but I'm going to use mine today. I'm putting in a half a cup of brown sugar. I'm putting in a fourth a cup of cocoa powder, totally unsweetened, but it's got this is even richer in antioxidants than the chocolate chips I used earlier. This is one of those goofy recipes you put everything at once. I have 2 tablespoons of butter. You can use oil, you can use trans fat free oils if you want. I am going to put in a half a teaspoon of baking powder as my leavening. I add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to add in 1 half teaspoon of salt. You guys remember how to do this by putting it in the little cup in your hand. So a half a teaspoon of salt. And then my last ingredient is going to be a cup and a half of whole wheat flour. I want the whole wheat so I get the extra grains and I get the extra stuff. Again, you don't have to use whole wheat. You can use pretty much anything you want. And we're going to mix it now again. Oops. And I'll be back. Now that my brownies are all mixed up, I'm going to show you what this looks like. It looks like just a wonderful brownie batter. So I am going to now scoop this into my muffin tins. You can do this as an 8x8 and just make one big brownie, but I like to do it in my individual ones. So again, I'll do that and I'll be back.